The static hums between our hands. Velvet shadows, slow demands. The world outside dissolves again. You breathe a pause into the air, a silent weight we choose to wear. The night responds in quiet tone, but somehow it feels like home. Velvet static, smooth and slow. Through our silence, currents flow. No signal strong, no need to speak. We find the warmth in what is weak. Your fingers tap a ghosted beat against the table, cool and sweet. The radio hisses far away, like hearts that never learn to stay. Sway with me beneath the noise, where fear forgets and love employs. This room, this now, this shared retreat, where calm and chaos slowly meet. Velvet static, deep and blue, it echoes what we never knew. You close your eyes, I watch you breathe, and hold the space we won't retrieve. The power's low, but we don't mind. In quiet light, you're redefined. Not lovers, no, not quite friends, but something real that doesn't end. Velvet static, let it play. Some songs were never meant to stay, but here we are, and here we'll be. A spark inside this frequency.
It wasn't the silence that hurt. It was the way it fit us. Like we had made it together.
The coffee cool, the candles dim. We let the silence settle in. You looked outside, I watched your hand. Two thoughts apart, still side by side. This quiet was ours, not born of lack. We gave it shape, we gave it back. No noise to cover, no need to prove. Just hearts that knew when not to move. You breathed a word you didn't say, and I let mine just float away. Not every truth is meant for sound. Some only bloom when no one's around. Some love is louder in its hush. Some stays still and doesn't rush. We didn't fill the air with schemes. We just let space replay the dreams. This quiet was ours, a room we made with gentle walls and soft cascade. The sound of trust, the air between, the only proof of what had been. Now when I wake too early late, the silence feels a bit too tight. It used to hold us warm and wide. Now it's just space, you're not inside. This quiet was ours, and still it stays. Unspoken love in quiet ways. I don't feel it, I don't flee, I just sit in it. You and me. It wasn't the start, it wasn't the end. We sat in the middle and called it love. Not quite strangers, not yet bound, between the loss and what we found. Too close to leave, too far to stay. We held the silence day by day. We sat in the middle, not wrong, not right. A pause between the dark and light. No promises, no grand refrain, just steady hearts in still terrain. The coffee cooled, the music slowed. The words we meant we never showed, but still we shared the empty air, like something fragile barely there. Some loves live in the in-between, not loud or bold, but soft unseen. And what we had was never gone, it just refused to move along. We sat in the middle, and time stood still. No forward pull, no backward will. The clock was kind, the sky was low, and neither of us chose to go. Now when I think of you at all, I don't recall a rise or fall, just quiet rooms and shared escape. A love that never took a shape. We sat in the middle, and there we stayed. No fire burned, no colors frayed, not a heartbreak, not a flame, just love that never asked for a name. We could have gone anywhere, we could have dressed up, but instead we stayed in, and it was perfect. take out on plates, barefoot on tile. Your laugh was soft, your eyes stayed wild. We turned the world to something small, just walls and love, and that was all. We stayed in and nothing missed the rain outside, the candles hiss. No plans, no crowds, no need to spin. The best of night, our ones we're in. You wore my shirt, I poured your tea. The window fogged from just you and me. The movie played but no one cared. We had the quiet that lovers share. Some magic isn't made with lights, but in the hush of shared delights, where hands don't need to chase or prove, they just hold still and gently move. We stayed in and still we danced. No fancy shoes, no second chance, just knowing love was here to show that joy can live in letting go. I think of that night when days get loud, the way the silence wrapped us proud. And even now I softly grin, remembering why we stayed in. We stayed in and found our place, a little world, a slow embrace. We didn't need to chase the spin, we had it all by staying in. The drink stayed cold, even long after you were gone. Strange how some things don't move, even when everything else does. I watched the glass sweat in my hand, dripping like the hourglass sand. But nothing changed, not even this. No fire, no storm, no final kiss. When the ice doesn't melt, you know it's done. No more warmth, no rising sun. You didn't scream, I didn't shout, we just stayed in and faded out. You lean back, quiet eyes unread, the things we thought but never said. We used to burn, we used to ache. Now we sip silence we can't fake. No break, no bite, just stillness grew. You weren't mine, but I was you. When the ice doesn't melt, it's clear we're far, though we're still near. Love like ours, it doesn't crash, it dims like flame behind the glass. I tipped the glass and watched it stand, unmoving in my open hand. I guess it ends not with goodbye, but with no reason left to try. When the ice doesn't melt, you know it's time to turn and let it go. No words, no fire, no regret, just a dream and what's left wet.
the stage but didn't speak. A melody caught in your cheek. The lights were low, the mic was live, but nothing moved, and yet it thrived. Where the music didn't play, I heard us best. In every note, we never guessed. The hush between was soft and wide, like love that paused but never died. You nodded once, I closed my eyes, felt rhythms wrapped in our goodbyes. No chords were struck, no verse began, but still it felt like someone ran. Some songs don't need to be played through. They live in things we almost do. We write the verse, then walk away and leave the song to softly stay. Where the music didn't play, the truth remained like velvet smoke that can't be named. A stage alight, an unseen cue, still filled with us and what we knew. Now I return when nights are bare and sit alone like you were there. The piano waits, the mics are cold, but I still feel what we once told. Where the music didn't play, the room still sways, an empty song that never fades. Not every sound needs voice or key. Some live in silence endlessly.
The windows were open, the music was low, and everything felt like a norm. You moved like morning, slow and kind. Sunlight curled across your spine. rush to be, no place to go. Just windows open, music low. Windows open, music low. You in frame, the ceiling slow. Peace came in like it belonged, like love that hums inside a song. The kettle whistled soft and far. A jazz line drifted from the car. And all the clocks forgot to count, as if this day had no amount. You didn't say forever, no, but smile like you might never go. And in that moment, still and small, I had it all without the fall. Windows open, music low, laughter light, and body slow. The world can wait, we're here instead, with softest joy and nothing said. Now when I need to feel that grace, I think of you in that old space. No drama, no crescendo show, just sunlight, tea, and something close. Windows open, music low. That's all I need. That's how I know. Some love won't shout, won't steal the stage. It just exists and gently stays. The room was dim but not yet dark, still holding warmth in every mark. Your chair half turned, the cup still warm, but somehow silence changed its form. You forgot the light, and it stayed on, a final glow when you were gone. A quiet beam you didn't see, still shining where you used to be. I thought you'd turn and catch the door, say oops and smile like times before. But no retrace, no second guess, just absence wrapped in fading yes. Some exits don't require sound, they just slip into the background, and what they leave is never loud, just one soft bulb without a shroud. You forgot the light, but not on purpose. Maybe grief just felt more surface, and now it glows, this little sun, for one last thing left. I sit beneath its golden hum, unsure of what we've both become. You took the quiet, left the shine, and somehow both still feel like mine. You forgot the light, it's still on now, the only witness, the only vow. And though your voice has left this room, it glows for you in quiet bloom.
You hadn't moved. You didn't speak. But somehow you sat like you were leaving.
The coffee steamed but didn't warm, and silence took its quiet form. You held the cup with steady care, but you were halfway out the air. You sat like you were leaving, though nothing had begun. but in the way you looked away, I felt the page drift far that day. We didn't break, we didn't cry, we let the moment pass us by. And in that stillness something fled, not spoken out, not fully dead. There's a kind of exit made of air, no doors, no clocks, just lack of care. You didn't run, you didn't rise, you just went missing. In your eyes, you sat like you were leaving in the space you used to know. The light still held your profile shape, but love had let you go. And though I stayed, I knew it too, the way you paused, said we were through. When I sit where you once were, the chair still leans towards your blur. And every room I wander through feels paused, like it remembers you. You sat like you no sound, just air rearranged. When love unbound and all that's left is shape inside of how you left, without goodbye. Sometimes you feel so close, I forget you never arrived. I set the table, lit the light, waited quiet through the night. Every sound behind the door felt like you and something more. You were almost here in every breath, close enough to second guess. The air still moves the way you do. love exists just out of frame, with no regrets and still no name. You touched my life without a trace, and vanished without leaving space. You were almost here. I almost turned a fire lit, but never burned. A haunting hope, a quiet near, a presence wrapped in not quite clear. I still prepare like you'll appear, arrange the light, remove the fear. And though you never cross that line, the weight still feels like it's by design. You were almost here, and that was enough. A memory formed from almost love. And though you're tired,